To my right, MN Singh is former police commissioner of Mumbai. To my left, Rahul Narvekar, senior advocate and spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. To his left, I have Shaina NC, a senior leader of the BJP, social activist. To her left is Valerian Santos, father of Keenan Santos. I just want to say here for all our viewers there, before I introduce our next guest, that last year, I remember the date, it was the 20th of October, 20th of November, when this incident had happened. And till now, there's no justice yet for Valerian Santos and his family. He's father of Keenan Santos. Thank you for coming today, sir. Bachi Karkaria, senior journalist at the Times of India, columnist and author. Thank you very much. Dr. Rajendra Kachru is father of late Aman Kachru, who's been a victim himself of a different kind of case, and he's been, fighting many battles as well. Joining us from Jammu today, Mr. Kachru, thank you very much. First to you, Mr. Santos. Everyone's saying today, and you saw the pictures there of your son as well in our news report, that this is exactly like the Keenan Santos case all over again. It's like it's happening right before your eyes, a similar case, another young boy.
Definitely, and it's very sad, especially that this boy in question was only earning member of his family. His mother is suffering from cancer, I believe, and his sister is too small, his brother is too small. What I feel is, I think after such a big hue and cry was created when my son and Ruben Fernandez lost their lives, nothing has changed much from the government side. The things are just the same. The hue and cry is made. What I feel, when the incident happens, everything happens. Everybody wakes up, everybody starts saying, we'll do this, we'll do that. But after that, it dies down. Why not? I think our government and the police machinery does a work of firefighting. It means after the fire has taken place, then they come to douse it. And then only what they get into hand is ashes. Why not have something preventive, some laws that have to be framed? After my son's death, together with Zero Tolerance people, we had given a petition to the Home Minister, signed by more than 1 lakh people. In that it was even MLAs and MPs who have signed it.
Yeah.
To make the laws against molestation of women non-bailable, certain sections of society.
Absolutely there was.
But so far nothing has happened. On our feedback, we have come to know that the file has not even moved from the Home Minister's desk.
That is the problem. You see, I'm sorry to say this, but political parties and governments move as long as there is media pressure. How old was Keenan, sir?
Keenan was 24 years old.
Yes, 24, and today a 20-year-old boy has gone through this. I don't know how your family sees this. I mean, your acute sense of frustration would be magnified many times over when you see it being repeated like this.
Yeah, we are seeing it with a lot, because already, even though a year has passed, the grief has not died down in our hearts.
I can understand.
Every night when we go to sleep and we see our son's bed empty, a son who we loved so much and who died for no fault of his. So that is a very sad thing, that we have to look at that empty bed and go to sleep.
And I don't understand here. Yes, Shaina, I don't understand here why the police has to be pushed, cajoled, guided, almost coaxed by the media to do something in this kind of case.
When Keenan and Ruben died, they almost became famous posthumously, and there was so much outcry, and people across the country said, we will not let them die in vain.
Yeah, I know.
And we will make sure that eve teasing comes to an end, that it's a non-bailable offence, etc., etc. The points that arise with Santosh's death is, where is the fear of law? Because in a state like Maharashtra, repeatedly you see instances like this, the police not taking action where they should. You just saw a reaction. You think the police lacks interest? Absolutely lacks interest. Why does the girl need to prove that she was being eve-teased?
I want to know. You see, here's a simple
Why does she need to prove that?
MN Singh, a girl has already been through clear trauma in this case. In front of her, a young man who comes and is talking to her, she's being harassed. The young man takes it on himself to take on those who are harassing her. The young man is killed right there in front of her. Nobody, there's no bystander. Public apathy as well. Nobody gives.
Not in this
but
case.
in this case, it was the bystander who was acting.
Yes.
I mean, we keep talking about moral.
Just outside the colony gate.
My question is, why does the police have to be guided to charge these boys who carried out the murder immediately with tough sections on eve teasing and not just, have to be coaxed by the media for it? Why do you ask a girl, prove, say it in writing, it's eve teasing, then I'll put eve teasing?
Yeah.
Arnab, first of all, this is a very ghastly and very sad incident. My heart goes out to that widow mother of this boy who has lost the only earning member of the family, and I am told she is herself a patient of cancer. It's very, very distressing and very, very sickening kind of a thing happening. But let me tell you, when you come to analyzing the whole incident, I think we will be minimizing the gravity of the situation in the society if we put the entire blame only on the police. Let us look at in what direction the society is going, how the people of Bombay respond to a girl in distress. When this girl goes running to the colony and cries out for help, nobody comes.
That's not true.
That's
not.
This is what I have. This is what I have. This is what.
No, Bachi.
Listen to me. Let me complete. I have not responded to your main question. Let me complete.
No, but can I make
this
the
is
point
what I have read in the newspaper.
No, but I'll tell you what happened. The girl.
If I'm wrong, you can correct me.
The girl is.
But the society has to somewhere take the responsibility too. The police, of course.
Sir,
I agree with you that the fear of law has gone. The policemen are being beaten up these days. This is what is happening. You have seen this. But if the fear of law has gone, that's because the law is not punishing the culprits, the guilty.
Where is the law punishing?
If only 10% culprits are being convicted, 90% goes free.
Let Mr. Santos tell us he lost his son. He lost his son. Where is justice for him? The case is going on. The case is going on in a fast track court.
Still pending trial.
Now, how long will you wait?
Not only is it just going on, it's been transferred to the fast track court. For the last 11 months, there is no charge sheet that has been filed. What's the meaning of a fast track court?
That's the tragedy of the legal system.
But the police is equally
Framing of charges is not done. Framing of charges has been done in the month of November. That is 1 year after the incident.
But if the court wishes to frame the charge, not the police.
Very simple.
Why are you blaming the police if there is a delay in framing the charge? And if this is happening in a fast track case, you can imagine
how... Can we just rewind a little bit over here and say that it's the coming to the fast track court is happening afterwards. I am saying that the police have to be far more proactive when all this is happening on the streets. After the Keenan case, there was this talk about the squad having to be set up with a female sub-inspector, 2 female constables, 1 regular constable who would wander around in plain clothes. But it's still on paper. That hasn't happened. And I think that this has to be, it has to stop.
So,
I mean, it should stop before somebody is killed.
I
am not for a moment defending the police. Don't misunderstand me. But we do not have the figure of how many cases like this have been booked by the police. Vagrants, vagabonds, eve teasers. How many have been booked? We don't know. You don't know. I don't know.
Eve teasing.
It is not that action is not being taken by the police.
I said harassment. I'm not even saying eve teasing.
You said harassment, but everybody is using this absolutely innocuous phrase, eve teasing. You know, it is sheer molestation.
May I just put, because some of our viewers are calling us.
This is the state of the society. Even the Supreme Court had to issue a direction very recently.
So I just want to tell our viewers what are we talking about, just to put this in context. And this is why it's important. Wherever you're watching this today, I'll just give you a 30-second recap. A 20-year-old boy who took on other young men who were harassing his female friend got killed right in the middle of Mumbai. Stabbed. Repeatedly, this 20-year-old boy was killed. Now, this can happen anywhere else, but when it happens in a big metropolitan city and it happens repeatedly, we ask those questions. Most importantly, this has happened 1 year after the Keenan and Reuben murders. And Keenan and Reuben also stood up. I don't believe in this word eve teasers, by the way. They stood up to those who were harassing a young woman. And they were brutally killed. If this is the kind of justice we face, with me in the studio is Valerian Santos, who says till now, I have not got justice for my son. Valerian Santos is still fighting that case for his son. And that's why this story is so important. Wherever you're watching this in India, consider this. This could happen to anyone's son, daughter, brother, or friend. Dr. Kachru, in Jammu,
yes.
You know what pain is of losing your son.
Yes.
You've lost your son, and Valerian Santos has lost his son. I just want to ask you what you think about what has happened today in Mumbai.
It's very sad, but give me a couple of minutes. Your panelists have told you that we have a complete system failure, from police to social fiber to legislation. But at the core of this is the failure of the judiciary. I have no hesitation in saying we have a dysfunctional judiciary, and the perception out there in the public is that nothing is going to happen. So that is multiplying every time. And every time we talk about on television, people say that the judiciary is delayed, this, that, and the other. And you will always hear that there is shortage of judges or there is shortage of laws, but that's not true. There is no shortage of judges in this country.
I agree with you.
I give you an example. I give you some numbers today if you give me a couple of minutes.
Go ahead, sir.
We have Delhi courts. I know about Delhi courts, the Delhi district courts. 67% of the cases in Delhi courts belong to Negotiable Instrument Act. That's check bouncing cases. Out of 12.5 lakh pending cases, 7.5 are check bouncing cases. So the courts are completely taken over by something like a check bounce, because they have no time for 302 or serious cases to look at. Proportion of population to judges has always been told. We have always been told we are 1.2 billion people and we have so many small number of judges. But that's also a wrong perception. 70% of our people are so poor they can now go to the courts anyway. But I give you an example of Delhi again. We have 360 judges in Delhi. Same proportion to population as United Kingdom. There was a Indian student killed in United Kingdom. Within 6 months they booked him and finished it off. So there is, in England, they want to show that we will take action. Here what happens is that there is no action in the courts.
That's so true.
I have a sympathy for police officers. Many investigating officers sit outside the courtroom for all day, 9 to 6, 9 to 4, and then the case is adjourned. They go to work after 5. Every police inspector, you talk to them, they will say we work after 5, because during the day we are sitting outside the court. When the case is adjourned and adjourned and adjourned, 40% of cases in High Court, in Delhi High Court,